sitting in this lonely town. I wonder when things are gonna change. Dreaming my life away, and it seems in dreams it turned into a bunch of dust clouds. Getting my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep here can stick around. Somebody told me once before, they said that you can never go home again. Once you leave, you take anything just to steer me away from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a shake and some sympathy. And I packed up my blue jeans and I headed for the big pie of my freedom. So bye bye, black sheep of the family. Bye bye, black sheep, how that means so much to me. Bye bye to my friends and my family. Bye bye, black sheep, gonna set my soul. Yeah, set it free, free. Times they were a changing. I did just a little rearranging, and I take a couple chances. My progress in advances to that prize of my freedom. Written in the stars, steel bars never will a prison cell make. Once I find that sweet home, or someplace I like to call home. Some people say I'm crazy, singing out loud, like I do here on the street. When I got a song, oh, sing it out loud. And if you don't like that, my friend, well, I'm gonna say, oh, bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye to the black sheep of the family. Goodbye to my friends. And black sheep, you know you always mean so much to me. So my friends, you've been my family. Bye-bye, black sheep, going off to set my soul. City free. Myself a rambling man, singing is my game. I wasn't born to ramble, but I ramble just the same. I'm wondering about you tonight, sitting beneath this moon by my campfire tonight. I still think about you. Do you still think about me? Years have given given me so much good, most people have been kind. But 6 says I'll stay and 7 says I'll ride. Is it a future I'm waging or just charting a past? It's a question posed to the rear view glasses. I still think about you. Do you still think about all the money madness microphones, all the nights I couldn't make it home, and your voice on my answering machine? All of these friends and strangers on every side of me. There's all of cruise in which I drive and my dreams come true. Although I'm busy, I'm still thinking about you. I see, I haven't seen it in some time. I found it in a glove box underneath the old letter I've been keeping all this time. A star fell on Blue Mountain Lake and the universe collided. I woke from my bad dream and sit down beside this picture I found. Whoa, and I can't help but wonder sometimes, mostly late at night, do you still think about? 'Cause I still think about you.
.3 WVKR, Martin Sexton, and I think that's him calling. We're going to listen to one more tune. You are tuned into 91.3 WVKR. Let's take a listen to one more track by Mr. Martin Sexton.
Truly I would so remember, set the stage to that September. Lovely was your dress and face, reminds me of the special place that I would go to take my chances on you. Now I wanna know something that I ought to know. I wanna know just how far I've come. I wanna know just how far I've come. We've not gotten to where we're going, but what comfort we taking knowing we're not where we used to be, dear. In the closet neath the moldy rain gear. If we give a little back to the earth each day, yeah, yeah. Have a little hope, take it where we wanna go. I wanna know just how far I've come. I wanna know just how far I've come. Do 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 do. And now with my sideburns on, and I'm numb with my loving heart, I find work whenever I can. I ain't no dang trust how far I am. Not all this space is meant for me and my kind. Such a lovely day for the race to where we wanna go. I wanna know just how far I've come. I wanna know just how far I've come. Stay with me. And I wanna know Just how far I've come, just how far I've come. Oh.
91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. How Far I've Come by Martin Sexton off his release, Seeds. We also heard Still Think About You and Black Sheep. We did a trifecta with Martin Sexton, and I have Martin Sexton on the phone. So now I'm going to try to not disconnect him, and we're gonna get him on the phone. So bear with me while we do this. And Martin?
Hey, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Italia. How beautiful. Thank you so much for calling us from Italy. How beautiful.
How far I've come indeed.
Yes, and that's what we just heard. So how nice is that? That tied in really well, and that was a complete fluke on my part, but that was a good thing. So we also heard.
I was just grooving on the tasty licks. The Nils Lofgren plays on that track, and I haven't heard it in so long. So it was wonderful to hear it on the phone.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, fun. And we also heard Still Think About You. I had Black Sheep, and then when you and I are done, I've got all my favorites lined up too. So this whole hour is dedicated to your work, Martin Sexton. So
thank you.
You're quite welcome. I'd like to do a brief introduction, if I may. Billboard magazines says the real thing. People, a star with potential to permanently affect the musical landscape and keep us entertained for years to come. The New York Times says he jumps beyond standard fare on the strength of his voice, a blue-eyed soul man's supple instruments, adding that his unpretentious heartiness helps him focus on every soul singer's goal, to amplify the sound of the ordinary heart. Martin Sexton is all that and so much more. He'll be performing in the Hudson Valley on Friday, January 4th, along with Chris Trapper at the legendary Town Crier in Beacon, New York. Once again, a big wholehearted welcome to LocalMotion, Martin Sexton.
Thank you, Rita. It's nice to hear your voice again.
Yeah, and it's lovely. Lovely to hear.
I'm really looking
yours.
forward to heading back to the States, and that's the first night of that tour, actually, there in Beacon. And sorry if there's any delay. I'm about 5,000 miles away.
No, there's actually not. It actually sounds better than most interviews I do that are 2 miles away, so we're doing well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, something about the connections that go on. You're doing this winter tour with Chris Trapper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love the both of you, and seeing you both perform the same night is going to be like, I think I may have died, and this is what
we've
heaven
been
may
friends
look like.
for years. I met him in the Boston scene when we were starting out, and his songs are just so well written and so meaningful, and we've been just enjoying his work. Yes. And I'm really psyched to have him on the whole winter tour.
Yeah. Oh, you two are just going to just really, you're two of my favorite songwriters. I'm not kidding. I'm not saying that because you're on the phone with me, but just to have the two of you. I spoke with Phil Sagana from the Town Crier, and ticket sales are going briskly. So I have been encouraging listeners, if they're at all thinking about going, to get their tickets before this show actually sells out. So I have a feeling that is what's happening. So just to go back a little bit, I recently watched your TED stage performance and how you dedicated that to your mom, and condolences on the loss of your mom. And
thank you.
Yeah, I know you were 10 of number 12 children that she had. How wonderful. 12 children.
I'm sorry, was that a question?
Just 12 children. Just kind of like that's amazing that a woman raised 12 children. And
she was an amazing lady.
Yeah.
She a great power of example. She didn't say a whole lot. She just was a real woman of action.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes actions speak louder than words, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're from New York State. You're originally from Syracuse, correct?
I sure am.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Snowy country up there.
Oh, yeah. I think they just got a couple feet last week.
Yeah, they did. My daughter now goes to Ithaca College, and so she's feeling that area as well. So it's kind of
I used to love going down to Ithaca and hiking in the gorges and chilling out in the woods and the streams down there.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful place. I'm really digging visiting her a lot and enjoying the scenery out there too. It's just a really cool place to be. So yeah, I'd love to go back just a little bit because I'm always so interested in how people got their not just start in music, but like your childhood. Like, when did you first start hearing music? And I don't mean just like turning on the radio, but when did it start affecting you?
I would have to say Stevie Wonder, maybe. The Key of Life. It was one of my older siblings' records. I would sneak up to the attic and play songs off that, and I would play Fleetwood Mac Rumors and Peter Frampton Comes Alive. I put the headphones on, and just groove on that crowd and those guitar licks. And I'd say that 70s rock and roll is the root of my sauce.
Yeah. And did you play anything before you played the guitar as far as musical instruments?
No, not really. I would just sing in the bathtub.
Oh, that was sweet. And your first guitar, was it a Sears Roebuck? Is that correct?
Either Sears Roebuck or J.C. Penney, one of those catalog. It was a Les Paul copy.
Oh.
It was actually quite a cool guitar. I wish I still had it.
Mm-hmm. What'd you do with it?
I think I traded it up towards a Ibanez Telecaster.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Very cool. And in high school, you played in a band. Is that correct?
I sure did. Yeah, many bands.
And
we were
what kind of music? Like
always getting in trouble
and
smoking things we shouldn't smoke, and we were real party animals back then, and we were the cool guys with the guitars, and it was a wonderful feeling to feel like I belonged somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome feeling.
Right. Yeah, and music was that outlet for you. What made you go to Boston?
I had a brother there, and he offered to let me stay with him until I got my feet on the ground, and I was a little intimidated by New York City. So round about 1990, I headed there on the Amtrak train with my Stratocaster and about $100 in my pocket.
Wow.
I got a job and got my own place and was swiftly fired from the job, and that was my kick in the butt to go out and sing in the subways.
Yeah. And that is one heck of a story, your beginning, because you really were like in the subways, busking on the streets, and then you self-produced this recording. Tell us about that.
Well, in the journey, thank you for bringing that up. I had no songs. I was singing covers, and I thought, I don't want to do this. I don't want to sing Stairway to Heaven for the rest of my life. So I started writing songs and put a couple covers on this record that I recorded in a guy's attic. He had a 1-inch, for all you techies out there, he had a 1-inch 8-track reel-to-reel that we recorded it on, and then we printed it on cassettes, because we used to do cassettes back then.
Sure.
About 1990.
Yeah.
And actually sold like 20,000 copies of it between my busking days and then when I got into the coffee houses.
And that's remarkable. I mean, who sells 20,000 copies of anything, nonetheless, out of coffee houses and a guitar case? Martin, that's...
Well, back then people did. Back in the days when people actually bought records.
Right.
I kind of miss those days, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. We all do. We all do. I know I do for sure. And that was in the journey, and that was it. And then you got picked up by a record label, of course.
Yeah, I signed a little deal out of Boston with this company called Eastern Front Records. They're long since defunct. But it's funny, I was touring over here in Europe, and this fan was at a show, and he handed me a copy. He had 2 copies. He had a copy of In the Journey on cassette from 1990, and he had a copy of Black Sheep on Eastern Front Records. And I was just so tickled to see these releases in Europe.
In Europe?
At the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's really, Really remarkable. And yeah, I mean, you've come out with so many albums, and so much of your music has also been part of TV and film scores, of course, like Scrubs and Parenthood and all these things. I think every time that I've seen you, it's always word of mouth, right? Aren't you like, it seems like your fans have seen you before and they kind of don't stop. And I think it's all about live performances with you, because it seems like, I know, Martin, when I see you, it truly is like going to church, and you bring out such warmth, and you bring people together, and that's the beauty of being able to see you perform live, of just everybody is united, and we're all united for that 2 hours or whatever time it is that we're all there. And you exude such positivity and make people feel so welcomed, and you know, I'm a huge fan, as you well know. And, you know, what are people in Europe? I mean, sure, they're sometimes seeing you for the first time. What's your feedback? What are people coming up to you after the shows and saying?
Well, thank you for that great compliment. Music is a wonderful, motivating force that I'm honored to be a messenger of. And it does bring, as you said, unity, even to people from different backgrounds, and I love that at my shows. Whether they're conservative or liberal or gay or straight or whatever, singing in harmony is a magical thing every night I'm working. And it is like church. Yeah. And over here, the sort of messages I'm hearing over here are similar. I'm meeting a lot of folks at Travel Bar to come see me, or they've been waiting, like, because I don't play Europe that often, so I'm hearing a lot of, Martin, I waited 12 years, you know, for you to come to Dublin or to Milan or Copenhagen or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just these cool, like, family ties. It's like these familial connections that I'm making with people, and I'm really proud and honored to be able to have that thing with people.
Yeah. Are you finding the audiences similar to the United States audiences? Like, yeah,
except they don't speak English, a lot of them.
Right. But they come and see you perform in.
Yeah, they come out and they listen, and they. Well, the English crowds are a bit more sort of polite. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't really whoop it up.
Right.
But they totally get it and they totally appreciate it. They just don't show it like us boisterous Americans do.
Yeah.
And the Italians are very passionate, and I love the way they speak, and they just got this way about them. I'm digging. I love the food too.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh yeah, it's fun. Like when I watch you follow your tours, when you post like great food pictures. I know you love diners. You wrote a song about a diner. I mean, are you? There's no diners in Europe though, so I'm sure you're eating equally well, but in a different way. Correct?
Eating very well, as I'm currently in Italy.
Yeah.
But I have to say that I do miss a good old American cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. And I really miss, you know, like a turkey Reuben and a bowl of matzo ball soup or a bunch of grilled cheese and French fries.
Right.
I really do miss the diners, I have to say that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was thinking about your show here and talking with you today. I'm like, wow, he's got no diners over there. Like after your shows over there, you know, like I'm guessing most places are closed and you can't just go, you know, grab a bite to eat unless, you know, it's some chain or something.
Yeah, it doesn't happen here.
No.
And also in the daytime, like if you're looking for lunch at like 2:00, you're out of luck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you need to go to the store to get something at noon, you're out of luck because everyone's out to lunch.
Yes.
It's they know how to live here, you know what I mean? They get home with their families, they take their vacations, they really take that seriously. I admire that.
Yes, I do too. They have everybody over there just starting out as an apprentice in a company. You get 6 weeks of paid vacation every year in Europe.
Wow.
Women get a year off for maternity leave. Like you say, they take 2 hours off in the middle of the day from 12 to 2. Don't go to a bank, don't go to a post office, don't go anywhere because people are just doing their thing. And I agree with you.
That is so foreign to me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I am so used to always working and always waiting in line somewhere and always just pushing forward.
Right. And stores are always open. Like here, you can go shopping at a Sunday at 7 p.m. and you'll find a mall open. And over there, it's just a different culture, I think, as well. So
yeah.
I'm so glad that you're
Even
over
the
there.
pharmacies close from like 12 to 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is. They take siestas, but they're so well rested, and maybe that's why they're in good moods. Italy is just gorgeous. Where else have you toured over in Europe so far?
Let's see. It's been 10 countries.
Wow.
UK, Copenhagen, Denmark, Germany, Switzerland. Stopped in Monaco with my boy, as he's a total freak about high-end sports cars.
Uh-huh. Lovely.
Where else? Italy. Just all over.
Ah, sweet. Sweet, beautiful. You're spending a little bit more time over, and then literally getting on a plane and coming home just a few days before your winter tour starts. So
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got quite a big tour coming up too with Chris Trapper. You're going all over the place. Martin, we're so thrilled to have you at the Town Crier in Beacon. I know you've played the Town Crier, the old location, but I think this is your
I remember
first
that was
time.
years ago when I first started out. It was it was a small place. I think it's different now, right?
Yeah, it is much different. The wall will be open up for the night that you come, and it accommodates close to 300 people. And a save room for dessert is all I have to say. Save room for dessert
I
at
can't
the
wait.
Town Crier. Phil's wife, Mary Sagana, was a pastry chef at Le Cirque in New York and makes these amazing desserts. Oh, just save room for that.
Beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, exciting. So, music. What do you listen to now? Do you listen to music? Is there anything that says, "Wow, this is cool new stuff," or what do you do with that?
Well, we've been listening to some records that have been given to us by people like my openers, or we just had a wonderful visit with the folks from Appaloosa Records out of Italy, and they gave us a bunch of music to listen to. Real good rootsy Americana. It's funny, the guys I meet, like local guys that are opening for me, they look and sound more American than I do. With their flannels and their tight jeans and their beards,
right?
And their fiddles and their mandolins and their soulful voices. It's like, and they all sing in English too, and they're covering like Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
And they can't even speak English. It's just amazing.
How does that happen? I always wonder about that. And when they sing English, you can barely tell that they have an accent. And
Totally.
I'm always in awe of that. How does that happen? Have you brushed up on any languages, any little Italian phrases? Have you learned anything?
Oh, I can definitely order lunch and say thank you and hello and stuff and goodbye.
Yeah.
It's what's kind of cool is in Italy they're really into their culture. Everyone does not speak English here like they do in many other European countries.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're real proud people, and I admire them for that.
And very passionate people. I found that from the get-go. Very, very passionate. They love their food. They love their culture, and it really is. What a beautiful place for you to be with your family too, and to be able to be on the road together. And what a great experience.
If I could say, I was having some raviolis down the road here from where we're living, and I was noticing these real cool old beams on the ceiling, and so I'm an architecture fan and a history fan. So I had my wife, who speaks Italian, could you ask the proprietor, how old this place is? And so he says something like 700, and I'm like, oh wow, this place is 700 years old, and he's like, no, from the year 700. Yeah. I'm surrounded by like ancient ruins and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really isn't. It something like we think here 200 years is old, but then you go to Europe and you say thousands of years, or it's just something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And in Rome too, just the Colosseum, the Forum, and just everything that's still sitting in this city. It's amazing to me that there's not a Walmart standing there, you see, and that there's, they've actually preserved this real estate, this prime real estate. And it's a pretty exciting time. You've been in Europe now for a while, right? You did a whole fall tour there?
Yeah, I started the first week of October, and it's been so nice because I do have my family with me, so I don't miss that.
Right.
And it's not like a show every night.
Right.
So we can enjoy the surrounds, which is very rare for me. Usually, like, if you look at my schedule coming up on the winter tour and the spring tour, it's like bing, bang, boom. It's a show every night in a different state.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is time for you to enjoy your family, your time in Europe, the culture, and really get into it. Are you staying just in one place? I know you've been to different countries, but for the remainder of the time that you're there, are you in one place, or are you still going to continue?
Yeah, the whole time we've stayed, we've been sort of stationed out of this cool old little town called Todi. It's in Umbria. Mm-hmm. It's an old walled city. It's got ancient Roman walls around it. And just people who are just so real and so amazing. It's like a movie set. You walk out the door and looks like you're on the set of like Gladiator or something.
I bet. Yeah. It's surreal sometimes when you go to places and it's just, it's right in front of you, but you feel like you're walking into a photograph or a painting or something. Yeah. So, Martin, you're going to start your tour off here in the Hudson Valley. We are going to welcome you with such a warm welcome that it's going to make the rest of your winter tour just, go along really nicely. So you're starting off here in Beacon on January 4th, which is a Friday night. Heck of a great way to start out 2019. And you're, of course, with Chris Trapper. And now, are you guys going to be performing together as well, or each doing sets, or how? Or you haven't figured it out yet?
He'll do a support set, and I'll do the main set. And I'm sure hoping he'll come up and join me for a few songs. We've done that in the past.
Oh, great, awesome, beautiful. Yeah, the two of you together. I know you've been friends for a really long time, so it's going to be a treat to see you both together at the Town Crier in Beacon. So. Yeah, it's wonderful. I thank you so much for your time. I know that it's late over there, so I don't want to keep you much longer. We've got to be respectful of people's time, and I know you have a busy schedule ahead of you tomorrow as well. So I'm going to suggest that people check out your tour. If they're not in the Hudson Valley area, they can check out where you're going to be at martinsexton.com. If they're in the Hudson Valley, they can purchase tickets to Town Crier at towncrier.com. And I just look forward to starting off 2019 by seeing you and Chris. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the listeners here?
Oh, just tante grazie. I so appreciate you guys all these years, always coming to my shows and singing in harmony with me. It's such an honor every night, and couldn't do it without you. And as they say here in Italy, buon Natale.
Oh, wonderful.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And regards to your lovely bride. And Shane, enjoy your time together. Such precious times. May you always have them. And remember this beautiful trip that you're on. So I will see you in a month, Brother Martin, and we're going to have the church doors open for you at the Town Crier.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Thank you, Rita.
Safe travels, Martin. Thank you.
Peace.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Peace. Bye. All right, listeners, Martin Sexton on the phone. Thanks for everybody that is watching the Facebook Live and also just listening online. Always such a pleasure to speak with him. He's truly a remarkable artist. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep playing some of his music because we have some time, and you are tuned into LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio in Poughkeepsie. We just spent about a half hour with Martin Sexton, who again is going to be performing starting off 2019 with a wonderful Hudson Valley start to his winter tour along with Chris Trapper. And again, that'll be at the Town Crier on Friday, January 4th. So I'm going to keep the music going, and I'm just seeing where I want to play. What do we want to play here? I have his album Seeds. It came out in 2007. One of his many of them have been very successful CDs. This is definitely one of them as well. So I think what I'm going to do is just play a little something off of here, and then I'm going to grab my phone and play some more tracks because I'm going to devote the rest of this hour to Martin Sexton. And of course, we're going to do the musical happenings, which we always do here on Local Motion. So let's take a listen here. And thanks again for tuning in to 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie.
I'm looking out into the ocean, this boy in a boat that I am. Through the haze I can catch a glimpse of the damage that's been done. Miles like minutes I pass as I roam, and I count them in my head. Further and further it seemed to go from the home that I once made. Raise the anchor, raise these tired hands. With no direction and my pockets full of sand, I'm over my head. Yeah. From the first few days of this journey, friends and strangers came aboard my ship, and to the gifts of their passing, yeah, crowded my quarters with gold. I say, I got no room for you anymore, for I fear I might go under. My anchor's tangled in weeds down below, as I heed the distant thunder calling me. Raise the question that's been in front of me. Clear as the sun I feel through the haze I never see. I'm over my head on this crazy ocean. I'm over my head on the stormy sea. I'm over my head with a clear commotion, and it's killing me. I'll raise my bow to the winds that blow, face the storm, face to faces I know. She's banging hard on my cabin door. She's Angeline, and she's in front of me. She's in front of me. And I'm crying. I'm over my head. keeping my eyes on the road this time around. I'm keeping my hands pressed to the wheel. Something so strange as a woman has got me down. Ain't gonna be all damn full again. Driving tonight just to ease my mind. A man in his mood is the most dangerous kind. There was a time when my head went blind, couldn't see the sign at the time. Years would go by before I wondered who or where or what or why. Loving you is like loving a house on fire. Burning and learning, baby, when the damage was done. And now I'm tired and I'm scared and wide open to the rest of my life. And I almost turn it home. Oh, I'm sick and tired, but I'm hoping that a cure will be found. 'Cause I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop thinking about you. Here face to face with what I've been running from all these years. There hangs a dark cloud over the moon. Pull off to this roadside dive and maybe test my sobriety. Order a tall, cold ginger ale. And thinking about those days when I was loving you was sort of like loving a fifth of the finest bourbon. Was it your quality or high quality that put me in the shape I'm now I'm tired and I'm scared and wide open to the rest of my life. And I'm almost tired. Oh, I'm fooling myself by thinking maybe a cure will be found. 'Cause I can't stop thinking about you, baby. I can't stop thinking about you. Try. Bother that. Since I've been bothered about that, different that. Since I've
91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. If you never heard or haven't been a fan of Martin Sexton, I certainly hope you are now. Over the past hour, we've been playing his music, spoke with him on the phone. He called us from Italy, and we just heard the song Can't Stop Thinking About You. And one of my favorites. I've been playing all my favorite Martin Sexton songs, and that's definitely on the top of the list. So hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And we also, I'm trying to see what else we heard, because I know that I played a couple more. Yeah, we played Over My Head, which is another one of my favorites. And we're going to keep playing some more music. But in the meantime, since we are nearing the end of LocalMotion, we got about another 15 minutes. Towards the end of this show, what I always do in alphabetical order is called Musical Happenings, in hopes that something perks up and you go support some live music in our area and support these artists which do such amazing works. And we have such great venues here in the area. You don't really need to leave here to go see some incredible music. So I'm really hoping that you'll hear something that you really want to go see. So let's start with the Bardavon and UPAC. Tickets at bardavon.org just announced, and tickets go on sale tomorrow for Chris Bodie at UPAC March 29th. Angelique Kidjo April 11th at UPAC. Tickets on sale tomorrow. December 6th through 9th, The Nutcracker at Bardavon. December 15th, Hudson Valley Philharmonic, Handel's Messiah. At Catskill Mountain Pizza in Woodstock and CatskillMountainPizza.com. Tonight, jazz with Jeff Siege Siegel, Rich Syracuse, and guest Eric Person. At Colony Woodstock and ColonyWoodstock.com. Tonight is Myrna. Thursday, Acoustically Speaking, Grateful Dead Tribute. Friday, Loudon Wainwright III, Susie Roach, and Lucy Wainwright Roach. Saturday, CBGB at Colony. Sunday, Reverend Horton Heat, Junior Brown, The Blasters, and Big Sandy. And every Monday is an open night mic at Colony. At Daryl's House Club in Pauling and darylshouseclub.com. Tonight, The Ventures Christmas Show. Thursday, The McCrell's Christmas Show. Friday, China Crisis. Saturday, John Schofield's Combo 66. At the Falcon in Marlborough and live at thefalcon.com. Tonight is Common Tongue. Tonight at the Falcon Underground is acoustic open mic sessions. Thursday is Ali Sokeli and Caesar Garabine Duo. Thursday at the Falcon Underground is Andy Stack's American Soup. Friday, Slam Allen. Friday at the Underground is Gratefully Yours. Saturday, the Petrito Martinez Group. Sunday brunch with Bernstein Bard Quartet. Sunday evening with Will Bernard Band. At Harmony Music in Woodstock on December 15th, Salted Bros. At High Falls Cafe, Thursday is Singer-Songwriter Showcase, and Friday is Mr. O. At the Howland Chamber Music at Howland Cultural Center in Beacon, January 13th is Natasha Perensky, and January 27th, Jeremy Denk. Info at howlandmusic.org. Infinity Hall in Norfolk, Connecticut. Every Thursday is open mic. Also Thursday is Darling Slide. Friday is a tribute to John Denver. Saturday, Zach Brown Tribute Band. At Jazz Forum in Tarrytown and jazzforumarts.org. Friday and Saturday, 2 sets each night featuring Monty Alexander Trio. At Keegan Ales in Kingston and KeeganAles.com, Thursday is Marco Ferrerio, and Friday, Soul City. At Levon Helm Studios in Woodstock and LevonHelm.com, December 7th is a tribute to Greg Allman. December 8th, the Barr Brothers. December 21, The Sounding Joy. December 22, Ola Bell. December 29, Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds. At Lydia's Cafe in Stone Ridge and on Facebook, Saturday, Rob Shep's Quartet. At the Paramount Hudson Valley Theater in Peekskill and ParamountHudsonValley.com. Tonight is Darlene Love. Tomorrow is Lindsay Buckingham. And on Saturday is the 7th annual Westchester's All-Stars Veterans Benefit Concert. At Quinn's in Beacon, you can also find them on Facebook. Thursday is Nicotine Dolls. Friday, Idle Hands and Ted Morcaldi Trio. Saturday, Nate Woods 4, and every Monday is Jazz Night. Rosendale Cafe in Rosendale and also RosendaleCafe.com. Every Thursday is Salsa Thursday, and Saturday is Tidings of Discomfort and Oi. I'd love that. Town Crier in Beacon and towncrier.com. Every Wednesday is an open mic. Friday is Tom Rush. Saturday, Arlen Roth, and Sunday Classical Brunch with James Bacon. Sunday evening is the 19th annual Sloan Wainwright and Friends Holiday Shindig. Whew! That does it for my musical happenings. Hopefully you found something, heard something that you may actually want to go see. Some great live music in the Hudson Valley, that's for sure. You don't have to travel far, and you get to go see some great music with some amazing venues that we have here. So Penny Brody is coming in with Mingus Moments. She'll be starting the show at 6 o'clock. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to play a little bit more Martin. And I'm just trying to find what I'm going to play. So bear with me. I'm going to play something off of Seeds, which is the album I have right in front of me. And I think what I'll play is, let's see. I think we'll play, and I did that one already. So what we'll do is go into the country. Let's do that. And again, a huge thank you to Martin Sexton for calling from Italy to talk with us earlier. And yeah, it was like 6 hours ahead, so it's after 11 o'clock. So that was really nice of him to call. And again, get your tickets to see him perform live, because there really isn't like seeing, you can listen to his music, you're digging it, I'm sure, but to see him perform live is a whole nother level. And it truly is like going to church. So if you want to go to church, you can do so Friday, January 4th at the Town Crier and see Martin Sexton along with Chris Trapper. The two of them. So let's play Go Into the Country off Seeds by Martin Sexton, 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio Poughkeepsie.
There's a warm wind blowing over from the west again today. And with it comes that message sent from so far away. Drags that longing feeling from my heart down to my sleeve. It tells me that it's been too long and it's been time to leave. So I bought the pickup truck with 3 shades of orange and 2 shades rusted blue. Went down to pick up my last paycheck from my boss, and I told him what he could do. Rode down to my mama, said, Mama, my time has come to ride. And she said, boy, don't let the screen door slam your ass on the way outside. And now I'm going to the country for a while. I'm going where they speak in terms of a country mile. Went to the country, was that something I should know before I go? A sweet hitchhiker stopped me on this old county road. She hopped into my pickup in her cut-off jeans, and she so kindly said hello. Her blue eyes smiled as she said, my destination is unknown. She said she left her city standing only days ago, just to call the world her home. And then she turned up my radio and said, we're going to the country for a ride. We're going where the grass is green and the people always smile. Going to the country, was there something I should know before I go? Life was ordinary, boring, lame. All my dreams held captive on that rat race of a cage. Sweet the sound surrendered to my ears. Oh, the winds of change have blown them all away. Just for today, I'm going to the country for a while. I'm going where they speak in terms of corn and country miles. Me and my baby, we're going to the country. We're packing our bags and never coming home. We ain't staying here. Me and my baby, we're going to the country. Oh, because the earth is getting deep fried, country style. Me and my baby, we're going to the country. Oh, packing our bags, ain't coming home. And we're going to the country. Was there something I should know? Something I should know. Oh.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Trapper from Boston, and you're listening to Rita Ryan, Double R on LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR, independent radio in Po-Town.
Lots of low-flying clouds headed down from the south, half as dark as our doubts, like the storms you never see. Hopes on high on a plane, lightning sparks in my veins, flush the rest down the drain. Just in time to check the time. Feels like the blind leading the blind into the sea. But I don't mind losing my mind. Nothing is free. License plate out of state. Your connection is late. All I can do here is wait in the shade to pass the time. Ground control coming through. Meet me at gate 22. It's not how I pictured you in my portrait of the crime. Feels like the blind leading the blind into the sea. But I don't mind losing my mind. Nothing is free. Too late to go home. Too late to go home. So a paranoid cop makes a routine traffic stop. Glove compartment was locked, so So he asked me for the keys. So what brings you to town? Feeling like I might drown. There's an officer down. Someone take the wheel. Feels like the blind leading the blind into the sea. But I don't mind losing my mind. Nothing is free. Feels like the blind leading the blind into the sea. But I don't mind losing my mind. Nothing is free. Feels like the blind. I don't mind. Feels like the blind leading the blind into the sea. But I don't mind losing my
91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Chris Trapper, Symphonies of Dirt and Dust. And that was Blind Leading the Blind. And that was also in a movie soundtrack along with the other track that we heard earlier. So Chris Trapper, Martin Sexton, Friday, January 4th at the Town Crier in Beacon. Tickets are definitely selling briskly according to the owner, Phil Saganer of the Town Crier. So if you want to go, I would suggest, because Martin Sexton has been known, and Chris Trapper both have been known to sell out venues. So to get tickets, to ensure that you'll get tickets and to start off the 2019 with some amazing music, just visit towncrier.com to get your tickets to that. It's always a pleasure being here. It's 5:56. Penny will be in with Mingus Moments. She's in for Dr. J, who I think is returning next Wednesday. No, 2 weeks. Oh, okay. So Penny's here next week. So you get an extra hour of jazz. Instead of from 7 to 8, Penny will be doing Mingus Moments from 6 to 8 today and also next week. I'll be returning next Wednesday from 4 to 6, which is the usual time slot for LocalMotion, with guest the amazing David Barron. He is a producer, a recording engineer, a musician, a songwriter. He is a composer. He's just amazing. I can't wait to introduce you guys to him if you're not already familiar with him. He's quite a mind. And yeah, so he'll be on. And then in 2 weeks, we'll have John Barry from the Poughkeepsie Journal in the house talking about all the great shows that we've seen this year, all the things that are happening New Year's Eve, and all those good things. So in the meantime, if you missed today's interview with Martin, it will be uploaded later this evening on Mixcloud.com, as well as my Facebook page, LocalMotion on 91.3 WVKR. And also, I'm going to go out with one more song from Chris, and let's do Symphonies of Dirt and Dust. And then I'll be back next Wednesday from 4 to 6. Until then, I wish you all peace.
Early in the morning, when I wake up, I go walking from my bedroom to the stairs, down to the stove. And the smoke from last night stayed just like I thought it might. I guess it just had nowhere else to go. Half my time has been spent with what she does or where she went, or what I said wrong. I asked my friends, but they don't know. I thought that Sunday morning I could just stop thinking. It's the thought that I stopped thinking long ago. Gather all the bottles, Rinse the lipstick off the cocktail glasses, ashes and confetti on the floor. Sweep them under the rug in symphonies of dirt and dust, till I stumble by your sweater on the door. Hold it up to the light and smell your perfume from last night, till my fingers start to figure what I lost. Oh, I thought that Sunday morning would be more forgiving, but I paid my dues and never knew the cost. The echoes of the party, now the morning's barely started, and last night's like a century ago. But the song always stays in your head, around it plays like it started on